Hey guys, how's it going? So, a piece of media that I feel really resonated with me is The Vampire Diaries. Now, I got into The Vampire Diaries my sophomore year of high school. I had a good friend that was really into the show. He would constantly tell me to watch it. Eventually, I decided to give it a chance. When I did, I found myself instantly hooked. I watched the first three seasons in a week span. After I caught up with those first three seasons, I watched what was on TV at that time, eventually followed out the show all the way to the end. Now, this was a really big step for me. This was the first more adult-like show that I started watching when I was younger. Before that, I really just watched stuff like Drake and Josh and Nickelodeon type things. Now, this is the first time that I ever really got to see what character development was, so I got to watch him grow on the show, watch him become a better person and start doing better for himself. Now, this was a really big thing for me because character development ended up being something that I fell in love with from that moment. It's, I think, the best feeling in the world to watch someone that you really get behind just continue to grow and go forward. And that's the reason that I'm more into TV than I am into movies, because you have more time to see that. You have more time to watch people grow, to develop, and it really gets you behind these characters. Now, the thing that really hooked me about the show was that this was the first time that I ever related to a character. This character was Damon. Damon was the typical black sheep of the family. He made every wrong decision. He was aggressive, impulsive, didn't do things the right way, just everything that you could possibly imagine, not fitting in with everyone else around you. That was him. And that's how I felt growing up. Growing up, my family was just this perfect Christian family that did everything right and didn't make mistakes and was so kind and nice and sweet. And I was this angry kid, and everything I did I felt was wrong. I felt if I was in a bad situation, I would put myself in a worse situation trying to solve it. Nothing felt like it worked out. I was that typical angry, nobody understands me kid. And through this time watching this show, I started to see a character that was like that. And I started to see him develop and grow into a better person, into a much more adult person, which is something I could honestly hope for at that time. So I really got behind it. I followed his journey on the edge of my seat every single week. And that's another thing. I love seeing emotional drive in people. I love seeing why people are the way that they are. And a lot of times with these shows, especially shows that do a lot of flashbacks and stuff like that, it really shows you how these characters became the way that they are, how their bad habits develop and stuff like that. Because I just think it's such a beauty to see how life could really affect someone. And seeing this just made me fall in love even more with the show and with character development, with TV. And eventually that's what made me decide this is something that I wanted to do. I wanted to do this because I want to give people that same feeling. I had that feeling watching TV shows the way some people have with music. And for me, the thing that really made a difference was having a character to relate to. Having a character to relate to makes the whole difference, because now you have someone to hold on to. You have someone to go back and watch every single time. The Vampire Diaries is really the piece of media that I really resonated with. It really inspired me to create, to want to make my own characters like these that people could get behind, that people could be inspired by. It was really something that got me by and that I feel is really important, having something to relate to, having someone to relate to. So this is the reason that I really resonate with The Vampire Diaries.